Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Remnant Shadow, our Star Wars actual play. I'm your game master for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Duba playing Doc, Jeremy playing Ozen, Sarah playing Io, Eric playing Captain Aria, and Keltzer playing Rappy.
I think you mean Rappy playing Kelser.
Whichever way.
Depends on the day. And how the dice roll.
Did I get the captain's name right? That was what I was focused on. Okay. I found my little pronunciation guide I'd written out.
Nice.
Nice.
Apparently it's been in the pile of paper the entire time. Alright, so last week you were hanging out in a Killik hive. They had warned you something was beginning to disrupt their hive mind. Though to be honest, they'd been acting like individuals anyway, so you're not sure how much of a hive mind was actually going on. I believe they had explained to you that this was something that had started happening on kind of a seasonal basis 20-something years ago. So, it's not something that's been long-term, like generational. The older members of the hive could remember when it started.
A very recent occurrence.
Though to be fair, the Killik hive mind has like an ancestral memory thing, so they'd be able to remember it anyway. Anyway, regardless. But so you camped out with them that night. The next day, you could tell some of them were being more irritable, kind of with each other than before. And I believe it was while you were having breakfast that it started hitting the fan.
Yep.
Io and the captain were separated from the rest of the group. Had gone off to talk to somebody. Ozen, Keltzer, and Doc. Apparently, I'm just going to swap the names up all session. But,
one of those days. It's all right.
Yep. Anyway, they heard some scuffling, like there might be a fight. One of the guards in the cafeteria kind of area with them started getting really irritable. I forget. I think, was it Ozen that talked him down?
Ozen tried to talk everybody down. And then I was like, all right, Obi-Wan it is.
Well, this was before that, because it was after you'd kind of calmed him down a little bit that you heard blaster fire echoing off in the distance with your you had heightened your senses.
Yeah.
So y'all go stream out of the hallway. There's basically a lynch mob of Killiks coming looking for you.
Shame.
I think you managed not to kill any of them.
I won't speak for Kelser. Ozen definitely disarmed.
Keltzer might have taken one out
Dishand.
before she started.
Yes, dishanded.
Before she started, going for like knee shots and stuff,
or
however it
was.
Really non-lethal.
Had a really cool moment where, since you guys weren't here, I had a really cool moment where Ozen's just right here. It's like, I will defend myself. And then I just trusted the force and just took 3 people out at once. Not lethally, of course, but still.
Obi-Wan would be proud. All those limbs.
Yeah.
Though really, you were sticking it to just the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rappy told us, Ozen started chopping hands off as just like an introduction as to what went on last session. We're like, what?
We asked about I think, was it you or me that asked about how Tuesday went?
I think it was you.
Yeah, I asked about how Tuesday went, and then the very next thing, Ozen started cutting people's hands off.
No preface as to why, just no context. Yeah, Ozen started chopping off people's hands.
Nice.
Yeah, we were
dark side points for that. No.
We were legitimately asking, did she get a dark side for that? What?
No, self-defense.
self-defense, but she was chopping hands off.
That's
Stand
when we
your
started
ground.
that's when we started getting the full story. It's like, oh, okay.
That makes a little more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Bury the lead there a little bit.
So anyway, the three of them were able to kind of beeline out of the hive because Keltzer had spent a little bit of the previous night walking the hive and getting kind of a feel up for the layout. Had another little scuffle with the guards at the door. Although y'all plowed through them pretty quickly. They did
What
not
happens
put
when you have a high-powered laser device?
Versus guys with metal spears.
Yeah.
I will be right back. Bio.
So when we wrapped up, I believe they had just made it into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the hive into the woods.
Grandmother's house we go.
The captain and Io had actually gotten out of the hive ahead of them because they were closer to the entrance when it all went down. So the party is split into two groups in the woods. You had radioed back the ship. They were picking up a lot of movement in the forest coming their way. R2, I think, had already been in the turret, but regardless, he's in the turret now.
Yep. Good for him.
BL is inside the ship, but right there where the gangplank lets down. Kind of his usual station. Ready to drop it whenever somebody gets there. And Roger may have been the one y'all were talking to.
We're just talking to him. I think I remember Ozen calling out for BL or Roger.
Okay.
So whichever one would have popped up.
Yeah. So that is where we're starting now. As far as Io and the captain goes, you were talking to one of the head, kind of headish guys of the hive. Not the actual queen, but one of the representatives you've been speaking to the night before, or a day before. When you were kind of assaulted by a group of Killiks that seemed to think you were the cause of some kind of problems, they weren't listening to reason. So,
Well, I mean, we're typically the cause of problems, so it checks out.
One of those theories you can't prove, but you're pretty sure it's right. So, anyway, as I said, y'all fled out of the hive kind of first. So you are all out in the woods. Now, the guys that were here last week were basically talking about they were heading straight for the ship. Is that what Io and the captain would have done?
I mean, if there was comm chatter of getting back to the ship, then I would assume it's the same.
Okay. Well, the comm chatter would have been after y'all had already gotten outside. Because I don't know how well the comms were working inside the hive.
I believe we were like pretty underground, so probably not great. Local communications probably, but not like to the ship.
So I guess the question would be, prior to the other group getting outside where y'all could communicate easily, would you have already been heading for the ship, or would y'all have been hiding out in the woods, trying to figure out if y'all needed to go back in for the rest of the crew?
The ship could communicate with us when we were outside, correct?
Yes, when you're outside, no problems at all.
And they had said stuff was moving towards the ship.
Correct.
Then I would assume we would be moving that way as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there's at least a decent period of time where like we aren't able to communicate because we're still underground.
Yeah, Io and Aria would be 10 or 15 minutes ahead of you.
Yes. So there's a moment in time where that makes sense. We got there narratively. We're good.
There's still like probably occasionally like, are you guys out? Are you alive? Are you guys out? Are you alive?
And maybe your comm links would have something where y'all could get back together. But anyway, so
They make the reconnection noise like Discord does.
that's Zoom.
I know.
But
Just general noises.
so anyway, y'all are like 10 or 15 minutes into the woods potentially, and the guys have just hit the woods, kind of when this communication takes place. So you're all now aware that everybody is out. Everybody's in relatively decent shape.
Hell yeah.
I think Ozen was the only member of the team that got bruised up some.
I got bopped, but also Doc patched me up after.
All right. So what I need. All right. Are the two groups beeline for the ship separately, or are y'all gonna try to meet up somewhere in the woods and then make a concerted effort?
I think at this point it would be like, as we enter the woods, it's like, Cap, Io.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are alive too. Did the bugs go nuts with you?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, they warned us about it, so
Came
I mean,
back,
that was
sorry.
that was gonna happen. They warned us it was gonna happen, and then it happened maybe right after.
Wasn't not much of a warning.
Yeah, well, a little bit of notice is better than none,
We'll double back and meet up with you.
if you'd like.
I prefer not to get ambushed by whatever's in the forest.
Some sort of space bear.
Yeah,
Why did we default to a space bear again?
space bear.
Because of course.
We're here. We're just 5 minutes to the back of wherever you are, and we'll probably meet up.
Yep.
All right. I need both groups to give me a survival roll. So
Survival?
pick one member out of each of you.
Survival?
It's under knowledge.
Oh,
What do you have in survival?
I have 3 dice.
I got 2d2, so you're better at
Yep.
that
Alright.
for
Please hold.
I have
Good turn.
3D plus 2.
I have
got
4D.
Gonna buff myself first and then do it.
Wait, who has 4d?
Both Io and I.
Oh,
So
well,
then-
shit! You do it.
So then
Yeah,
Doc
I'll
can
roll
do it
for our group.
Okay.
Kinda shitty. 10.
Please. I didn't do much better.
It's pretty good.
Okay, 10 and 13. Both of that falls under easy. It takes you a few minutes. You're pretty sure you passed each other in the woods at some point. But you do eventually, circle back around and finally manage to meet up with each other.
Imagine the glowing lightsaber that's just sticking out as a beacon.
Are you trying to be that obvious as you're running through the woods?
Not as I'm running, but as they know that they're meeting up.
Okay.
Would telepathy do anything?
Probably. I wouldn't. Probably
that?
not in the way you're thinking.
Wouldn't work like echolocation.
No, wouldn't work like echolocation. Cool force power idea later, though.
I'm having to bite my tongue because I'm the GM and I shouldn't tell you this.
Uh-huh.
But
But somebody in the
having
group
it-
should be remembering. Particularly Ozen.
Oh, fuck. Space bears.
No.
Like, we just...
How did you
all of
track
us-
the assassin that time?
Mm-hmm.
And that was
Right.
somebody you weren't at all familiar with.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like
not
I
much
Yeah.
familiar with.
No, you're right.
specifically I was looking through the powers. Okay, which powers do I have?
No. I do have that power. You're right. I just because she said specifically telepathy, that's not the power that I would use. I will activate. Where's life sense? It's a specific person. Very easy, modified by proximity and relationship. It's probably the proximity one here.
Well, yeah, your relationship, y'all are pretty tight, so that should make it pretty easy.
All right, I got a 16 on that.
Okay. So yeah, you pop that. You only barely passed each other when you pop that, and catch back up.
Turn back around.
But yeah, y'all meet up in the woods. Everybody seems to be in decent shape. The woods are unusually quiet. I mean, it have been since you entered them, not just, right this second.
It's not just because of the darkness overtaking the Killik.
Well, it could be that a horde of Killik have stomped through the wildlife in
horde.
low.
Sure. I don't hear anything. Fancy meeting you two. No one's hurt.
All limbs attached.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say the same about the Killik back there, but they left me no choice. I wanted to leave peacefully.
And pieces. Okay. What are we doing?
Going to the ship? Probably our best bet.
That'll be a good place to start.
I almost feel like we're gonna have to make our own expedition into the crumpled city ourselves. But maybe we wait for the heat to die down before we do that.
Either way, let's get back to the ship before something tries to take pieces of us.
Yeah.
Burbs feeding a child.
So y'all start heading for the ship. Within 20 minutes or so, you start hearing, I guess it would be a familiar sound to you.
Blaster fire?
Yeah, but not like handheld blasters.
Oh, so it's BL.
No, it
No,
sounds like
it's
it
R2.
sounds like the quad laser is going off.
Oh.
We could probably see that from a good distance too.
Just a slight flash of light off the distance.
In the distance, you just hear "Fortunate Son."
And it's not just constant fire.
Every now and going, hey.
Yeah, it's like one or two quick shots, and there's a little bit of silence, and then every now and then you'll hear another one.
R2, Roger, BL, what's going on?
Roger gets on the comms. Ma'am, some agitated locals appeared at the edge of the clear we are, he would say, parked.
Positioned?
Positioned. But say docked isn't right either because there's no dock. Their wielding weapons seem very aggressive. R2 has been discouraging them from coming any closer.
Probably a good idea.
As per instructions, he is trying not to hit any of the individuals, so long as they'll fall back.
Appreciated.
BL is doubtful this strategy will work long term.
Get in the ship and at least take off so they don't really have a target?
They have sticks and rocks. They can't really do anything to the ship.
You'd be surprised.
They dent the metal ever so slightly, and that's it. They have to stick a large rock in the exhaust for anything to happen.
Even Minox can screw up a ship, and they don't even have sticks or rocks.
Fair enough. We're almost there.
Just a whole bunch of bugs between us and the ship.
Speaking of that, Ozen, do you still have your enhanced senses thing going?
I would.
I think I would too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Unless
that'd be
unless I
perfectly
needed to roll for it again, because I do remember rolling to enhance my senses, and I rolled really low.
Well, this would be the next day because they had camped
Oh.
out the night before, so.
Okay, yeah. So.
But it's perfectly reasonable they run in the woods. You to turn it back on.
Yep, yep. Mine's
Okay.
back up.
All right, so mine would be 2 then, I guess.
So yeah, the two of you with the Jedi ears, give me a perception roll.
Yep. Just perception?
Sure.
Does search cover hearing?
Search covers what you want it to cover, sir.
Yes, but I mean by default.
Okay.
Let's see.
Excuse me.
Perception. That's just the attribute, not the skill.
I'll roll before, and then if you let me use search, I'll roll 2 more.
Yeah, go ahead and use the search.
Alright.
Okay. I mean, neither one's any better for me because I'm not skilled at that.
I got
Yeah,
19.
that's what I thought. Straight 2s across the board for a solid 6.
I got 19.
You can hear, Captain. You can hear the some of the Killik speech off in the distance,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't make out individual conversations. You can't really tell how many of them there are.
Gotcha.
Imagine like you're hearing the cicadas going, and you're trying to pick out an individual cicada.
Fair, yeah. That makes sense.
And what was it you got, Jeremy?
19.
All right, that's a little bit better. Plus, you speak the language, so that'll help.
Yep.
They're very angry. They seem to be blaming you for the disruption coming on them. They seem to think it's coming on, that it came on early. You don't know enough about how that seasonal thing works to know if that's factual or not. Some of them are talking about things that you have said. How you implied that you worked for the family, but then you seem to be backpedaling from that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I backpedaled. I simply said that I was away from them for a bit, and then I came back.
Well, they don't seem to be super reasonable, so
Sure.
one of them may have taken it as a backpedal, and now that's just the group consensus. Because that person was, loud enough, long enough.
As mobs work.
Mm-hmm. But but anyway, they seem to be blaming you for the problem. They are sounding very paranoid. Like there's a lot of anger, but there's obviously an undercurrent of fear in here too. Some of them are theorizing that you work for the destroyer. Maybe if they killed you, maybe that would put them back in the good graces of the family. Since clearly, these last couple of decades, they've done something to displease the family.
I think as I start hearing this, Ozen's just like, oh, and she's like, puts her finger to her lip and she listens. She's like, they don't like us right now.
Can't possibly imagine why.
That clicking sound is They think if they kill us, it'll bring them back in the good graces. But I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how any of this works.
Hmm.
All right, let's be careful then. Do I have a general head count? Not like a. I don't want to know that there's like 40 in three rows of however many that adds up to be. Just like a general like how many different clicks I've heard.
Dozens at least.
Okay.
And you've heard movement where there's probably some that haven't been talking much.
Sure.
They seem to be kind of spread out in a line ahead of you. For all you can tell, they've circled. They basically may have circled that clearing the ship was in.
Great.
And then you hear another little discharge of the quad lasers. There's also, of course, some talking of they're trying to figure out how they can approach the ship.
Like with that.
They seem to be debating just swarming it from all sides all at once, and
they're not.
They seem to have figured out that from the looks of the gun, it probably couldn't fire up under itself.
I'm relaying this to the group.
Yeah, if they swarm the ship, they'll be able to tear into it.
Can we not just get the ship up and then like
We have to get to it first, Ozen.
We could meet them at another location, maybe?
that's what I'm saying.
It's
Or
a
like,
pretty inconspicuous vessel.
could
Right,
we get
but-
up?
Hmm?
Is there anywhere high around here that we could get up onto? Like a hill? A tall
large tree?
Well, I mean, sure, you could climb up a large tree, but
Or we can head for the city and have it fly over there.
How far away is the city?
Back out the way we came, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Like miles and type of terrain between here and there, though.
Heavily forested. It starts getting kind of hilly around the city itself. But let's see, it's probably 30 or 45 minutes back to the hive, and then probably another 30 or 40 minutes past the hive to get to the city. The hive was relatively close to the city.
Mm.
Probably don't want to go too close to the hive on the way back, though.
Yeah, probably
Mm-hmm.
give it a wide berth.
So tack on about an hour. Probably a couple hours at least.
What if we did that, and as we're doing that, we're instructing the ship to go up and just fly around for a bit instead of risking it being
Gnawed on by Killiks.
assaulted by bug people? Yes.
Well, R2's confident he can take the ship off, yeah, or make the ship take off.
That's probably the play here.
Now, just flying around aimlessly for 3 hours is going to burn a lot of fuel.
Could they go up into orbit and, well, we didn't see any signs of any other ships in orbit when we came in, did we?
No, there were no ships in orbit. There were no artificial satellites.
Is R2 in a position where they could check to see if that has changed?
He's in the turret right now, so no.
Yeah.
Well, you can switch out with Roger or something.
There's a slightly unhappy whistle.
He'll be back. He'll
And
be
you
back
hear
there in a
off in the
sec.
distance. You hear another couple of discharges of the quad laser. But then he basically gives you an affirmative. A little bit later, he tells you there's nothing directly in orbit above them. You know, kind of the horizon to horizon that he can scan from here.
Mhm.
He'd have to get up into orbit to look around anywhere further out in the system. But
Nothing directly around.
yeah, right
Yeah.
now the skies look clear.
Hmm.
So, vote. What's the plan? Have them take off and we head for the city?
I think that's a good idea.
Do we want to put them clear up into orbit to save fuel? Because they can just kind of coast up there.
That's the captain's call, not mine.
Come on, Capitan.
Or just high up enough to get a scan, make sure they're alone, and then get up, land if they need to.
I want them to save as much fuel as possible, because we have been jumping a lot without stopping for refueling. Yeah. R2, let Roger get in the turret and get the ship out, get the ship into orbit. Keep it geosynchronous if you can to our location.
You get some whistles in response. A little bit later, you hear some more gunfire. And y'all are just close enough through a gap in the trees you can see the ship take off. You know, it's a little bitty off in the distance.
We should get moving before the Killiks start losing interest.
Yep.
All right, somebody give me a survival check. As y'all are moving through the woods, trying to
Oh,
skip
God.
past the.
Definitely not me.
I'll roll, but my dice have been being just as polite. It's better.
You almost
It
doubled
is
me.
better.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nope.
All right, so y'all head off in what Io is fairly certain is the right direction. Now, so circling around the village, or the hive is gonna take a little bit longer. You've been traveling through the woods about an hour, and you started hearing more wildlife. Stuff has started sounding a little more normal. You do see some tracks of a large predator. Or what you assume is a large predator, clawed feet, whatnot. But you're not following. You with 13, you're pretty sure you've not going to just stumble over one. After that hour, though, I need Ozen and the captain to give me perception.
Okay. Did I add one to my perception?
7.
Oh,
Only
right,
have-
I can't.
Has only have 3D.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Where's what I'm looking for?
I know I ask you every time, but just perception?
Yes, this one was just perception.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 11.
Oh, that's right. That's what they call it. This one. All right. So y'all are traveling along, and you are caught unaware as 3 spears come flying out of the woods at you.
Like an Ewoks.
But they wouldn't be little bears on this planet. Maybe like little pill bugs. The way the
Getting
Killiks are like the
spears?
Wookiees, and then well, she was saying somebody. She was saying somebody Ewoks. I'm thinking of like a bug version of Ewoks, little pill bugs,
Oh,
or roly polies, whatever you want to call them.
yeah.
Isopods of doom.
But no. Some of the Killiks have apparently caught your trail and managed to sneak up on you. Alright, so 3 spears.
What are they going after?
That's a good question. I'm going to roll some dice. Duba will use Duba will be 1, Jeremy will be 2, Sarah will be 3, Eric will be 4, Rappy will be 5. I guess I'll reroll 6s.
6,
Alright.
they miss.
Alright, so 1 spear is flying at Ozen.
Huh?
1 at Io, and then 1 at Keltzer.
It's fair. It's a fair assessment.
What are we rolling?
Or not
I
yet.
was rolling to see
Nothing.
who they were attacking.
Okay.
Alright, so dexterity. Plus a point with there. Alright, so Ozen, you got a spear coming at you?
Uh-huh. Do I get to defend, or is it just coming?
Yeah, I guess you can go ahead and defend.
Alright, I will roll sense. My best roll so far.
Let's see. They got
At
a
18
16
to
to hit
whatever.
you.
Nope, rolled 18.
Alright. The next one's over at Io. Got a total of a 20.
Brain hasn't played for a week. I roll dodge.
Yes.
6.
Okay.
Why is it only rolling 2? Okay, 1 second. My dodge is 3D, so I'm just going to roll another D.
Okay.
Yours has been hinky this whole campaign.
So it is an 11 because the +1 does not count.
Okay. Alright, so that is 11. They're at short range, so they need a 10 to hit you, so that's a 21 they'd have to roll. And they got a 20, so you are good. And then Keltzer.
Give me a second. We're rolling dodge, right?
Correct. And they got this one got a 20 to hit you, just like the one going after Io.
Yeah.
As it just hears the whistling of it coming by, and just
Limbo competition to duck under the spears.
except for the one that Oz got chucked at, because that one's just vaporized.
Extreme limbo.
Yes.
Alright, so what do we get? Oh, she's rolling now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm rolling right
they're
now.
rolling now.
Sec. 20. 24?
24, yes, you easily get out of the way. Hey, we got an otter in the chat.
Hey, Otter.
Otter.
Hi, Otter.
Hi-oh.
Hi, Otter.
Otter.
Alright, and then seconds after those spears, really kind of as those spears are flying off, 4 Killiks come charging out of the brush. With a mishmash collection of, some of them have spears, some of them have axes or whatever.
We in initiative, or do I have a sec to activate calm before we actually enter initiative?
No, this is pretty much initiative. You can feel free to take your action to activate calm.
Yeah. Yep. I will consider it.
Alright, so starting at the bottom. Let's see, do I have that scrap paper? Yes, I do. Alright, so Doc goes on a 2. The Killiks on a 3D. Io, what is your dex?
3.
Alright, I'll let players go before NPCs in a tie. So Io will go there. Captain?
3D plus 1.
Okay. And then everybody else should be in the same order.
It'd be, yeah, Captain Ozin, and then Kelser.
Alright, so Doc, what are you doing? And remember that you may be muted.
Um,
And remember movement's not really a thing here because we're not using a map for this, but
Doc would try and find the closest cover and aim at whichever insect is closest. Though before he moves, he would ask Ozen, "Are we still attempting to pacify, or is it full lethal?"
I would recommend pacifying.
Understood.
Dark side influence can get anybody.
Understood. Continuing to keep pistol in stun mode. And then he would, move and take aim.
yeah. So you're basically
Appreciate it.
ducking behind a tree and taking a shot when you get a chance.
Yep.
Alright. Then the Killiks go. And did I say 4 of them ran out of the woods?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, so we got the 3 that threw spears, and the 4 that ran out of the woods. Alright, with 4 running out of the woods, 1 is going to charge Keltzer. 1 is going to charge Ozen.
Hmm?
1 is going to charge the captain. Oh yeah, 1 will charge Io, of course. Gotta give her a chance to grapple.
Of course.
Got to give you a chance to wrestle. And then the 3 that threw their spears will basically spend this round, getting their sidearm, kind of, their other weapons out, and then getting into the clearing. But they won't do anything this round. They will basically be just stepping into sight. Io, what are you doing? One of these Killiks has run up right in front of you.
Shooting point blank has disadvantages, correct? Or no?
5e.
Oh, yeah.
I think the
So she-
sniper rifle may have some kind of rule like that, but not the
Yeah.
hand blasters.
So I started blasting.
Yeah, its minimum range is a meter longer than the pistol.
Does the pistol have a minimum range?
Scout pistol 3 to 10, then 20, then 40 for short, medium, long. I think anything under 3 is point blank for the pistol. Anything under 4 is point blank for the rifle. I mean, that's still 12-ish feet.
Yeah, but that's not a penalty though. The difficulty is really, really low for point blank. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she started blasting.
Okay. Is your pistol set on stun, or are you still set on lethal? Actually, that's a good question. Would you and the captain have tried to switch over to stun getting out of the hive? Or were the two of you just going, screw it, they're trying to kill me?
That is a good question.
With the captain's background and everything that he's been through, if they're trying to kill him, he would probably leave his weapons on lethal.
Yeah.
Just from his background, he probably
Okay.
wouldn't switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to be randomly gunning people down, but any of them that are coming at you with a weapon, you know, fair
Yeah.
game. That's fair.
I mean, that's how he lived, is you remove threats or they keep coming after you. That's why he still has that bounty hunter.
Oh, yeah, he is still out there. No, I kid. He was always going to show back up eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unless she got told otherwise, Ios would have been on shoot to kill.
Okay.
Captain.
Captain.
wouldn't say anything.
What are you doing then?
The one coming up on him, he's rifle.
Ozen?
Osid will defend herself, but she is actually going down the hill.
Still doing the hand thing.
Yep. The one coming after me, I guess the ones that threw their spears had a spear. Is the one coming after me was like some sort of weird axe or something, or they just clawing me?
No, all of these guys are armed.
Okay.
This was
Get
got
on that,
some
Ozen.
This
not
one's
for
got
long.
some kind of hammer looking. He's one of the ones that looks like he grabbed a tool and is using it. And Keltzer.
Don't shoot.
All right. So Keltzer's the first one that gets to take her action. So shoot.
She's gonna shoot the one going after her.
That seems fair.
Okay.
He got a 12 on his dodge, which adds to the 5 for point blank. So you need a 17 to hit him.
Out of 20.
All right, you have pegged him.
Never mind. Don't look at me like that.
29.
14.
That is doubled.
That means you have doubled it. So he is incapacitated. So still conscious, but at -2 to do anything. And you were just firing the one shot? Okay. Ozen.
I swing. I don't even think I hit baseline. 4, 8, 9, 10. Nope. That was a bad roll. That was 4 ones in my 7 dice pool.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope, I missed. God, that sucked.
So you give a little swing and it kind of ducks back, but you know. Captain.
Okay. only rolling 7d10 to hit because he's not at medium or long range.
Okay.
D10, D6s.
Sniper rifle as melee weapon.
Yeah. It's a 30 to hit.
Let's see if he rolled.
Sure, when you roll 76, you get a 30.
All right, so a 24 is the highest he could roll. So a 29 is the highest you'd have to hit him. And you got a what?
30.
30.
Okay, yeah, no point in him rolling then.
Okay. Rolling for damage.
He could have trusted to the force. Oh well.
Got a 17 for damage, and he has a -2 dice penalty to his strength roll.
That seems unfair.
That's the focuser on it.
Yep. He got a 9.
Okay.
So not double, but you do wound him.
Mm-hmm.
He's at -1 dice for anything he does. That was Ozen, the captain, and then Io.
Taking a shot, the one in front of her.
Okay.
14.
He'll try to dodge.
Why? No, cancel. It's still doing that weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He got a 12 plus 5. You need a 17 to hit him.
Don't get it.
There.
Close, so close though. Alright, then it is the Killik's turn. The one that is run up on Keltzer is going to try to hit Keltzer. -1 dice for having already dodged. -2 dice for his injuries. And then let's see. I have just spotted a typo on the sheet, or on my cheat sheet. For the weapon difficulty, the spear is like the hitting somebody with a club, which is what I'm going to do with the hammers. The difficulty is it's got it 3 to 5, and a spear it's got it as 16 to 0.
Well, you heard it.
Which I'm assuming is supposed to be the 6 to 10, like a bayonet or a hatchet.
16 and 20, maybe?
For a spear, that seems awful high.
I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying.
So anyway, so this one's a spear wielder. He needs a 10 to hit you. He's got 1 dice to roll. So he tries to stab you and fails. The one on Ozen hasn't had to dodge or anything, so.
Yeah. Hey.
Got a 13 to hit you.
Add 10 to that.
Misses.
Oh, I was melee pairing, so their weapons.
So yeah, you have destroyed their spear. The one on the captain is 1 dice down. Got a total of a 10. This one is using essentially a club, so it only needed a 5.
At an 18.
It misses. And then the one on Io, who has got like an axe, which I think means he needs a 10. Well, a hatchet, but yes, 10.
Back to Liz.
He got a 12.
Do I minus a dice because I have already shot, or just base?
Yes, you minus the dice because you already shot.
Oh,
8.
I should
I think-
have done that then.
Let me double check.
Yeah, multiple action penalty.
I can't remember if this one's got like reaction type stuff or not. This is a reaction skill, page 12. Okay, yes, it does still put the dice penalty on there.
All right.
8.
Okay,
I will re-roll my dodge roll then, because I just
So
used the full dodge.
so that's 8 on the 10 that he needed.
Okay. So
So he needed 18. He didn't get close to that.
okay, so I added a 9 to mine instead because I
Mhm.
rolled 4d6. I didn't remove the 1.
Okay.
So I just re-rolled 3d6 and added 9 instead of 18.
Okay, I think that was still enough
That's still a miss.
because he only got like 3 higher than what he had to have to hit.
Gotcha.
All right, so that was that was all the Killiks. Doc, which one are you shooting at? There's one attacking each of your buddies. 2 of them are injured already.
Good question. Probably going to go for the one that whoever's attacking the closest injured. So that way next round I can try to tend
I don't
to
think
them.
anyone's gotten injured yet.
Oh, no. 2 of the Killiks are injured.
Oh, to the Killiks.
Killiks. Okay.
Yeah, your buddies are thus far untouched.
Alright, I misunderstood. Well then it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. Probably whichever Killik is closest to shoot stun wise.
Okay.
Quote unquote stun.
We'll say it's the one in front of Kelcer because you were probably walking close to Kelcer.
Alright. So, again, don't have the beauty that the rest do, but here we go. But I have a medical droid, so this shouldn't be a surprise.
Well, you rolled 2 1s out of 3 dice, so you know.
Yeah. RNG said no.
All hail the great randomizer. Alright, so you miss.
Fired, and I missed.
But now you get to tell me what you're going to do the next round.
Unless there's any better cover, he's just gonna hunker down.
Okay.
Firing off
And-
again?
Oh yeah, he's gonna fire off again until,
Yeah.
He's needed for medical purposes.
He will stand and deliver safely behind his tree.
Mm-hmm.
Respect.
Alright, the Killiks that were attacking you are going to continue attacking you, and the 3 that had thrown their spears are all going to move up to aid their fellows.
Get ready for round 2 of jousting. In this case, javelins. Good luck.
Well, these guys have all got basically clubs at this point. They threw their spears. So one of them is going after Kelcer. The other 2 have spotted Doc hiding behind the tree. All right. Io.
Yes.
What you doing this round?
Still blasting at the one in front of her.
Okay.
It's the most, obvious threat.
Captain.
Okay, so there's one that has engaged in melee with me, correct? If I
Correct.
understood.
Mhm.
Alright, which means his rifle's probably useless at this point. Yeah, he'll pull out the lightsaber and ignite it and take a swing.
Okay.
We have 2 force points here. I'm swinging at the one. You said that one of them is running off towards Doc, or the one I was fighting.
The,
2 of them are
the
running
3
to
that
me.
were just entering the clearing last round. One of them is going after Kelcer to help his injured buddy, and the other 2 or heading straight for Doc?
Okay. I think I know movement goes first, but I'm going to swing first and then move towards Doc to back him up.
Okay.
Hit or miss, I'm still going to go, but you know.
Yeah, I got you. Keltzer.
Started blasting.
All right. Are you taking one shot or two? You got two people. You know, one's already engaged with you, the other one's coming. Another one's coming at you.
Oh, definitely two when she notices another one coming after her.
All right.
So.
Take your shots.
The smoothest initiative's gone so far. We all remembered.
The rules of combat?
Mm-hmm.
$27.
Okay. Gonna say that's the injured one, and he can't roll high enough to dodge that, so he won't bother. Go ahead and roll your damage. Ooh,
19.
he got 11. So you didn't double, but he's already incapacitated, so that drops him to mortally wounded. He hits the ground. And then fire at his uninjured compatriot that's running up at you.
$22.
Okay. He could possibly get out of the way of that. You got an 18 on the dice. And at point blank, you need a 5.
That's 23. So
Yep.
I got a 22. So that's a miss.
All right. Ozen.
All right, I swinging. 7 dice. Roll better. You rolled a little better. And not better enough. Miss.
Okay. Captain.
Okay. 18. So
Hey,
not
rolled the
enough.
same amount.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I need a 20
Oh,
to
that's right.
hit with a,
That's
hit with a
right.
lightsaber.
It's the lightsaber.
Yep.
Yep, them things are rough once you get the skill up to the level that you can hit reliably with them.
Yeah.
Working on it.
But generally speaking, Ozen does pretty good with it these days.
It does pretty good with it at 7 dice. Just rolling like shit today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm at 60 plus 1.
Ozen never stopped like
Oh,
practicing, but it's like practice versus like actual combat scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at 66,
Please
it only
roll.
rolled 5d6.
Did it?
It did.
It did the thing.
Yeah, it did do the
5d6
thing.
plus 1.
So roll a
Okay.
d6. It's doing the same thing to yours as it did to mine. It didn't like it's being absent.
Are you wearing armor?
Not the armor that would reduce it.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I'm wearing a blast vest.
Yep, I got nothing then.
Just sheet weirdness.
Yeah, so that's
22?
a 22.
Alright, that's a 22.
That's enough to hit.
He will try
Got a
to
dot.
parry, melee parry it.
Good luck.
Which would just cut the weapon in half.
He got a 6 on the dice. So he succeeds, but yes, it does destroy his weapon.
Trying to see where the lightsaber code is here in the coding.
Lightsaber code is 5D plus your control.
No, yeah, but no,
In
I'm
the
just-
actual sheet guts.
yeah.
Oh. It's should be you have to custom make it. It should be dexterity.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it so I can adjust what it's pulling to make the rolls.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Check
All
mine
right,
real
so
quick.
after the captain is Io.
Blasting.
Oh, it's doing that to mine too. Interesting.
Huh.
15.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Alright, and yours is not injured.
Still doing 5, 6. Okay.
It could just be something with the sheet.
Uh-huh.
Could be.
Alright, so it's a 15 plus the 5 that you need to hit. He gets out of the way. And then the
Time to
Killiks
start
go.
tackling.
Ah, there we go. Found it.
I'm just picturing Io in the middle of this fight. Zap, zap, and just throws it down.
It's
Woo!
Sorry about
And
that,
I-
folks. We had some kind of disconnect. I don't know for sure how long we were gone, how long we were down. But... All right, what were we in the middle of when we noticed that?
Kelsar was
Rolling.
being slapped.
I rolled a 17.
Right, so 17, which is higher than the 13 he rolled, so definitely he does not get you. There is one on Ozen still, though he no longer has a weapon, if I recall. So he's just going to try to punch you in the face with his exoskeleton coated fist.
Gonna melee parry.
Ow,
Yeah.
poor guy. You got a 14 to hit you?
He hits, but out of 5.
So he needed a 10 to hit you, so he still hits.
Yep.
And this is his strength. Just straight strength damage because, you know, fists.
Roll my armor. Yes.
He got a 7.
Uh-huh.
So what is your strength roll?
More than 7.
How much more it's relevant?
Yeah, I'm working on it. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay. You doubled
Exactly
it, so
double.
no effect at all.
Just like leans into it like
The fella on the captain's going to let's see, was that one on the spear? Should have looked over.
The weapon did get sliced by the lightsaber.
yes.
Yeah. 'Cause he tried
Oh,
to
that's right. So he's just punching too.
Yeah, basically he tried to melee parry the lightsaber and lightsaber went lull.
You hit like a fly on Naboo.
Lightsaber go brrr.
Alright, so he got a 13 to hit you.
Okay. 3d6. Add 10.
Alright, 10 plus the 5, baseline 5 he needed, so he needed a 15 to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said he got a 13.
Yeah, so that's 15 total.
Oh, he's
Alright, so he misses. Oh, were you doing the parry?
I mean, no, that was just dodge.
Oh, no.
I could melee parry, but that would cut his arm off. Since he was just punching.
Yeah?
That's true. I was just like, yeah, that's why you do it. I need more hands for my necklace.
Gross.
I mean, I'd only be rolling 2d plus 1 to melee parry.
Oh, okay. You're not as good at it.
Like,
Alright.
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
2 pips less. Because my dodge is 4d, my melee parry is 3d plus 1.
Alright. He's trying. The one in front of Io trying to club her. 15,
Rolled a 6.
15, 18.
Oh yeah.
Difficulty's a 5 plus your 6. So 11. Alright, so he hit. give me a strength roll to resist his punch. Or his club, rather. So I think the clubs are only strength +1. Strength +1 dice, okay.
7, and I am wearing +2 worth of armor.
+2 dice or +2?
+2 armor code, armor vest, and armor helm.
Okay. Alright, so roll strength plus your armor.
So
did
7
you
plus
already?
2, so 9.
Alright, so a 9, he got a... He got a 13. So not double. So you take a wound, you're at -1 dice. And then the 2 that are going after Doc, go after Doc.
I'm in danger.
Let's see here. Where is... Alright, they're trying to club you. I'm gonna give you medium cover for the tree. As as you're basically dancing around the tree, trying to keep it between you. So that's a +2 to the difficulty for them to hit you.
Okay. And what do I need to roll dodge?
Alright,
Correct.
so 7. Yes, dodge will be fine. Alright, so they got a 17. The difficulty is 5, 6, 7, plus whatever you roll.
15.
So that's a 20. That makes what they had to roll a 22. They did not. Oh, the first one did not get you. Then the second one. He only got a 9 on his die roll though.
Woo!
So you give me another dodge if you want to.
Okay, is it 1 dice less or?
Yes.
Okay, so just be 3D. We'll just do this manually. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, it's relatively decent. He doesn't come close to hitting you. And then it's your turn to return fire. Remember though that you have dodged twice.
Meaning that my blaster is going to just be a single die?
Hey, but they're close range.
Okay, sure. Will roll shoot?
Roll the dice. Technically, that hits.
That's exactly what you would need if they weren't going to dodge. They're minus dices, but they're still rolling multiple dices, so.
Yeah.
Let's see, they had that.
I can at least proudly say I dodged.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and this round starts up. Doc, you've got 2 people on you. What are you going to do?
Preferably get out of there, but of course that's easier said than done. So probably gonna start trying to take care of the ones directly on top of him.
Okay. You gonna fire 1 shot or 2?
He'll attempt to.
Okay. Let's see, the Killiks. The 2 on Doc are going to attack Doc again. The 1 on Kelso is going to attack Kelso. Well, they're all going to attack the people they were already targeting. Io.
She doesn't have enough dice to do much. Well, no, brawling she could do. Still.
Whoop their ass.
You know what? She's gonna throw down the blast. Well, not throw down the blaster. Put it away or hold it in hand and like use as club while tackling.
Okay.
Kick his ass, save ass.
Might be out of ammo, but I'm not out of options.
I'm not even out of ammo.
It's a pistol.
All right. Captain, what are you going to do?
Hit the one in front of him with the lightsaber.
Okay. Ozin.
Ozin is Ozin seeing two on Doc is like, no, not Doc, and she will attack 3 times, trusting in the Force.
Okay. Basically, the one in front of her, and then the two in front
One
of
in front
Doc.
of her, and then the 2 on Doc.
Kelser.
Blasting.
Okay.
Blasting.
Yep.
What?
How many shots and at what targets?
Just still the one coming after me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot twice at that one.
Okay. Fire when ready.
Just 14.
Yes.
Far away, far away.
26.
Kelsa. Yes, that's a hit. Roll your damage. Alright, 4 dice on his strength. 3 of them came up ones. So it gave him a total of 8 on his strength roll.
$28.
So that is... You
Triple.
double it. You see, you got a 20 what?
28.
28. Yes, yes. Yeah, you just blow him away. Just,
Okay. Can I shoot at another one? Since he's down and out for the count.
Sure, you're all packed in here pretty tight. It wouldn't take you just a fraction of a second to switch over to another target. Go ahead.
What other ones do we have on the board?
Okay. There is one fighting Ozin. There is a slightly injured one fighting the captain. You see Io putting her gun, well, holding her whatever, but kind of going into a crouch like she's about to tackle the one in front of her.
Okay.
Like,
She's fine.
She's not to tackle. It's fine.
And
she's
then
not fine.
there are 2 chasing Doc around a tree.
Shoot one of them chasing Doc then.
All right.
One less dice. $24. No. Sorry. 26.
He got a 21 on his dodge roll. Plus the 5 to shoot him at point blank. Oh wait, this is
This is ranged.
Belly down, please. I know it's your birthday, gorgeous girl.
which is probably more than she knows. Alright. Short range on that thing is... Let's see, 3 meters. Nah, Doc wouldn't be within 3 meters of you, so short range. So you need a 10 to hit. They got a 21. What did you say you rolled?
26.
So a 26 plus the 10. Oh, this is you shooting. So the difficulty is the 10 plus the 21 they rolled. So you need a 31 to hit him with his dodge roll.
I didn't get it, so.
Well, there were 3 6s come up in his dodge roll, so that was nice.
Yeah. I got 2 6s, 2 5s, and a 4.
Well, you took out the one in front of you, though. That's the important thing.
Yeah, we just now gotta save our medical droid.
Ah,
Working
he'll
on
be
it.
all right. You can rebuild him. You can make him better. You have the technology.
God.
Well, not on this planet though. Ozen.
14 dice, let's go. I'm at 30 so far.
The one in front of you dodging?
36. I'm getting there. 30, 40.
15 plus the 20 that you have to have to hit him. Period. You need a 35 to hit this one.
62.
All right. Roll your damage.
Those 4, so 8 dice plus.
You got an 18 on your strength roll.
Yep. 8 dice plus 5. I've got 6, 12, 18, 28, 30, 31, 32, 41, 47 for damage.
Okay.
Check 1 dice. How's that one looking?
All right. So. All right. You doubled it, but did not triple it.
I am also just aiming to disarm, so.
Yeah. So he's at -2 dice and he's incapacitated.
Cool.
Well, that doesn't
going
mean as
for the
much
2 on.
in this game as it does in other games, but that
Sure. I'm just going after the 2 on Doc now.
Okay.
-1 dice is and 16, 22, 28, 22, 40, 46, 46, 48, 54.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hit.
All right.
Got a 10
Roll damage out here.
on his strength roll.
The 10, 20, 26, 32.
All right, you've gotten past 30. He is gone. You've tripled him.
Yep. I'm like looking for. I'm like trying in my head to like triple. And I'm just like, all right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, we're there. When I like try to stop counting. All right, -1 more dice.
And the third guy.
All right. 6, 12, 18, 24. 30, 36.
Okay. At 36, you've got him.
Yep.
You needed a 35 to hit him with his dodge rolls.
Apologies. I have a lot of dice as a Jedi. And apparently it's not working on roll 20, so whatever. 10.
Oh, that's not good.
Low. I rolled 33.
Yeah, that still triples him. He rolled less than 10.
So I just like strike the one in front of me to like have him staggered, and it's a lightsaber, so it still hurts like a bitch. And the other two,
Couple quick steps. Hands just flying all through the air. Doc,
You all right,
there's
Doc?
nobody chasing you now.
Woo!
Captain.
Slice. No.
That's
Okay.
a no. Yeah.
Io.
$15.
Alright, he's going to roll his brawling parry. Yeah, because
I feel like Ayerla feels like a little bit of the light side of the force as Ozen's like defending Doc.
Could
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Could be.
grappling is not a separate something, it's all under brawling. Okay. Alright, you said you got a 15.
Yes, sir.
He got a 12.
We rast one.
So yeah, I mean, you just full on kind of body check. Ugh. Both of you are down on the ground wrestling. You're getting the better end of it right now.
Whoop his
Beating with
ass.
the pistol.
Stand down. Stand down.
You get 2 of his arms pinned, and then remember he's got 2 more.
That's what the knees are for.
Works for dogs.
Alright, so that's Io. Then it is the Killiks. Okay. Well, let's see. He's dead. Those 3 are losing limbs, so one of them is just clutching his arm to his body and kind of slumping on the ground. 2 more will scream and run off into the woods.
Think about your life choices for just a second.
Alright, let's see. So, yeah, nothing on Ozen.
There's the one that was incapacitated, unless he's one of the ones that took off.
Oh, that's right. He was the one that was only incapacitated. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, he'll take a swing at you.
Yep. I will dodge. Oh, melee parry, actually.
Dice.
I have -3 dice.
He got a 10 to hit you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, sure. You've still
Yep,
got
yep.
all that trusting force stuff going on.
I still got trust in the force, so I have 1 extra dice than I normally do when I melee parry after all of this.
All right, what'd you get?
10, 13, 17,
Okay, yeah, you're good.
19, 21.
He probably loses his other arm.
Yep.
At which point he'll run off.
Cattail.
All right, so the one in front of the captain's going to try to pop him. -1 dice. He got a 16.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dodge. 8.
All right.
Which I don't think is enough.
No,
He
because
rolled a
it's 8
16,
and 5,
no.
so, yeah.
It's a 13.
All right, so you're taking his strength as damage to your face. Ooh. He got a 17 on his strength roll.
Yep. Not doubled. Wait.
No,
yeah,
it is doubled.
Oops.
Yeah.
Whack!
And that guy just clubs you in the face.
So you're at -2 dice now. It's always a nice knock. Would have been a knockout blow in a boxing match kind of thing.
Yep.
So you're rattled and seeing stars, but you're still conscious.
Wounded or incapacitated?
This would be incapacitated because you doubled it.
Okay.
So you're effectively at -2 dice for most everything you do.
Mhm.
Not damage rolls or any of that, but the actual, actions.
Yep.
And that leaves the one wrestling Io, who is going to try to get away from Io. Or
Good
get out
luck.
of the little hole she's been put in.
Crazy Twi'lek is wrestling me? What the fuck?
She's gone feral.
She's all like fleshy and squishy. Get her off.
Mm.
All I can imagine is like it trying to flee. Is like, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. Ooh, yeah.
Pretty much.
All right. Ew. So he got an 8.
Am I rolling brawling parry or strength or?
That's a good question. Because he's not trying to punch you. He's trying to get out of the hold. So it would probably just be your brawling.
Just straight brawling, not the parry.
Well, use whichever one you want. I can see them both being applicable.
Nine.
All right.
Oh wait, no, that would be because it was down to 3D. No, yeah, no, that would be right.
Are you sure? You don't sound sure.
No, because I was like, I'm down a dice and I did an action, so I'm down another dice, which brings me down to 2D.
Okay. Then yes, you beat him by 1. And truthfully, you talking about that, he'd probably been down 1 dice too. So.
He like tries to get away and like that cat gif where the cat just gets pulled back and screams. That's.
All right, so that was all the Killiks because there's not a lot of them left anymore.
Those just got a triple kill, or incapacitate, so
So Doc, you see 2 Killiks still standing. Well, one of them standing. One of them is pinned under Io.
He would probably go.
But the other
for
one,
the
you just saw him punch the captain in the face good and hard. So.
Let's see. And we're going to try something. He is going to attempt to shoot twice at the one at the captain.
Hey.
If that's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're literally calling your shot.
Alright, so first attempt, probably gonna fail.
11. Respectable.
Okay. The one in the front of the captain's gonna try to dodge. He's at -1 dice for his injury, -1 dice for having already done something this round. He got a 4.
You hit.
Woo!
So yeah, 4 plus the 5 you need to hit him. Yeah.
Okay, rolling damage. You know what? I'm just going to roll straight, see what happens. 15.
That's
all right. He is
pretty
rolling
good.
his strength. He got a 14. So you wound him.
That's another wound, yeah.
So that's not incapacitated. So he's at -2 dice for anything he does now. Which after his actions means anything else he got to do this round, he's basically done having a dice to roll.
Okay.
Do it again.
I was about to say we're going to tempt fate, so here we go. Rolling 2 dice.
Hey! Rolled 11 again.
Alright, he's got -2 for his injuries. -2 for multiple actions he's already taken. So yeah, he can't try to dodge it, so just roll your damage.
Okay, which would be another 4d6, so here we go.
He got a 13 on his strength. 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 13 on his
14.
That puts him. So that's a wound, but he's already wounded. So that's incapacitated, but he's already incapacitated. So that puts him down to mortally wounded. Oh wait, I'm sorry, unconscious over on the stun side. My bad.
So that means he's actually knocked out instead of anything else.
Right. Because you're firing stun bolts, so you hit him, and he goes down.
Fantastic.
That's the last one, or is this the one grappling Io?
There's still the one grappling Io.
I feel like everyone just circles around Io to wait for her to finish. It's like
everybody starts cheering and they're making bets.
She's got a lot of frustration to let out. It's fine.
Here, Roger over the comms. I'll put in 5. Anyway, for declaration into the next round, Doc will rush over to the captain since he did literally watch him get punched.
Ozen's also gotten punched. No love for Ozen.
For
Io.
Excuse me. I was gonna say Ozen took it like a champ.
I was fixing to say
Io's occupied.
Io is currently occupied. Please wait till your party is no longer busy.
Alright, so Doc's gonna run over and fix that. The Killik is gonna try to get away from Io. What are all the rest of you doing?
I'm waiting for I'm going to wait for the Killik to try to escape Io. Not that I'm thinking she's going to let it, but the moment it lets go, I'm just going to telekinesis it into a tree.
Wait for it. Oh, he slipped away. Slap.
I was going to do exactly what you think she's going to do. Just continue to pummel the Killik.
Alright, what about the rest of y'all? Is everybody gonna wait to see what Io does?
Yeah.
Morbidly curious morbidly curious, and also don't want to get a hot laser between the two of them.
I mean,
valid.
That's also why Doc doesn't want to just start blasting.
Mm-hmm.
Is there's a good chance with my poor aim, I'm going to hit the wrong one.
All right, Io, give me your brawl roll. It's brawl v brawl.
Oh, that was horrible. 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Just hits a tree.
So yes, he's loose. He's scrambling away from you.
He can roll a perception. Yeah, roll pretty good.
Now he's turning around to face you.
Skeleton ass back here.
He's not trying to run away. He's getting you off of him and kind of getting ready to fight again. And then Ozen is going to harm him with the force in some way.
I'm going to move him, extricate him from the battle, and knock him unconscious. That's not killing him.
How much damage does telekinesis do?
Good question. No. What did we do? What did we do last time? We made it a control roll. Let's see. I don't know how much this guy weighs, so I'm gonna have 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 as my ultra roll.
Okay. And he resists this with what?
He can resist this with I believe it's perception.
Okay.
If he happens to have control on that, but
perception. I rolled too many dice. Hang on a second.
It's like this guy's been brutalized a little bit.
All right, he got a 12.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. And what was your difficulty?
It depends on how heavy he is. Oh, those are objects. Oh, right. 1 kilogram or less is very easy. Easy is 1 to 10. Moderate is 11 to 100, which is probably where we're at here. So I would have technically made moderate, but then he also resisted pretty good. So I think he's good.
Yep. And then I think Kelter was waiting to see what happened.
I think Kelter was gonna fire, but they're also not here at the moment.
Ah, yes. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and let Doc make his medicine roll on the captain. Oh,
mean,
well,
I'm
it's the captain.
here.
Oh,
I'm
You are.
here with the headset. Dinner came in, so.
yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Well, you
Yeah.
can make your roll when you get back.
Okay.
Doc can go ahead and make his medical roll on the captain because that's not going to be affected by Keltzer shooting. Unless things go very, very poorly. Alright, so that's a
No,
24.
Vinny, none of
24.
that's for you.
And the difficulty for incapacitated is 15.
You're there.
Woohoo!
Does that get rid of both of them, or does it get rid of one?
I think that just treats
I
it.
don't know.
I was to say, I think it just.
Oh, that's
treat-
right. You can only go up one
Health track.
health track.
Oh, well, then yeah, you're up to wounded.
Yeah.
Well, that's still an improvement.
But you can also do that twice a day, I believe.
No, only once.
Oh no, you can do it twice. You can do it once a day. I can do it twice because I have
Yes.
accelerated healing.
Alright.
Alright. Kelso's gonna shoot.
Alright. The last
that
remaining
way-
Killik.
Yep, just so that, you know,
No survivor.
they don't call for backup or whatever.
They'll wake up in like 30
Well,
minutes.
you have had a couple with their hands cut off run screaming into the woods, so.
They don't have hands. So they can't attack
Can't use their
back if
coffee
need
units.
be.
I'd be
So-
screaming too.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I would also be screaming.
24.
I don't know if I would. I might just be passing out.
That's true. Well, cauterizes, so maybe. The extreme pain would probably pass me out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the pain I'm talking about, not the blood loss.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. He only got a 6 on his strength roll.
Mm-hmm.
29.
That triples it.
Nice down.
Doc, you would probably notice that Io has got a busted lip or a bloody nose or something, because she did take a punch earlier.
I didn't hear no bell.
And Doc would take the time, of course, to heal up everybody that he could.
Okay.
If you want, let's see, it'd be I think Kelter came out fine. It would just be Io and
Ozen's
Ozen.
fine. Ozen took that hit like a champ. Didn't do any damage.
Alright, then just rolling for Io.
Okay, you just need a 10 because it's just a wound. And you almost tripled it, so yeah.
Just 1 point shy because RNG said no.
Alright, so y'all continue forward, I assume.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The stunned or passed out Killiks, you just kind of leave them here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything.
You can take them with you as prisoners.
Yeah, but then we'd have to carry them end walk, and we ain't got no time for that.
Fair.
Paging back up to R2. Once they get into Atmo, did they spot anything nearby?
No, they have not spotted anything.
I will say, once you guys, if anything pops up, let us know.
You get an affirmative whistle. So y'all travel for about another hour before you start coming to the outskirts of the city. It's overgrown. Some of the buildings are in ruin. Some of the buildings seem to be in perfectly fine shape other than being overgrown. The deeper into the city you get seems to be the better shape that they're in. The very outer area seems to be, which you had run into some of those out in the woods, even some of the what you assume are like domiciles. Somebody give me a survival check, which is under knowledge, which I think
me and Doc have the higher.
Yeah, the two of you had 4s, I think.
I'll let you roll.
Okay, 15. You're noticing some animal tracks. At one point, you do notice some tracks that you're pretty sure are the Killiks that seem relatively fresh, as in like the last couple of days, maybe. From speaking with him at the hive, you don't think they enter the city much.
And of course, Doc would relay the information, seeing the tracks and everything, and how they're 2 days old, by his estimates.
Interesting. I wonder if somebody is being led in there. Is it just Killik, or is it Killik and others?
Just Killiks that he sees like walking with each other.
Interesting.
There's some other, animals, signs of animals.
Interesting. Okay. Log that in the old book.
As you get deeper into the city, the buildings get a little bit bigger. Some of them start getting a little ornate. You see kind of reliefs on the side, depicting the family, depicting what you have to assume is a view of the planet from orbit. It's stylized, not like not like you're looking at a map of the planet or a picture of the planet, but it's circular, and there's a darker half and a lighter half. Like the actual planet is set up. You see some reliefs of what looks like the family. There's one of what's clearly the planet with something floating up above it.
Some sort of way station?
It could be. Ozen's been to Center Point Station. She knows what Center Point looks like. It's probably not identical to that, but
almost stylized.
But even stylized, it's enough that you note the resemblance.
Okay.
There's no way to judge the scale based on this, but
sure. Pointed out, I'm like, so I think it is possibly Center Point Station in the depiction.
I'm not sure anybody knows where Center Point was built, so this could be it.
Yeah. Looking up is like, maybe they built Center Point Station here. Interesting. Would that I can unlock another mystery for my master. Oh well.
Everybody give me perception checks, please, or perception rolls.
Yep.
Oh, everybody perception?
Yes.
11.
That may be the high roll.
14.
She stepped away. In that case, Keltzer, you get this feeling you're being watched. You start kind of subtly glancing around, easy to do in your helmet. And up behind some rubble over to one side, you see a Killik hiding behind there, observing. You just kind of spot the head, poking around.
There's one watching us.
Not doing anything harmful.
She'll kind of motion to where it's at.
Okay. It's not attacking us. There's no reason to attack it.
Okay, do you just continue on then? Okay. You go on a bit further. Are there any of the buildings that you want to explore? The largest structure seems to be in the center of the city.
I think Ozen would like to explore like something that doesn't look like a domicile, but something that doesn't look like the center building. So like something just like a random building off to the side, maybe it's like some sort of store, or maybe it was a store at one point.
You step into something that you think's that. Once you get inside, you're pretty sure it's some kind of storehouse.
Mm-hmm.
More of a warehouse than a store particularly.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly been empty a long time. The insides are in disrepair. This one is not falling apart. It's mostly made up of one big room. There's a few side rooms. There is a tunnel that leads down like under the city.
Is there anybody else here besides me?
Depends if anybody else followed you into the building or not.
No. I meant other, like, I'm actively searching for Killik.
Okay. No, you do not see any. Do you go down the tunnel at all?
Not yet. I will actually say, I'll say it on the comms, like, we got a tunnel over here in this storehouse. Seems to go down somewhere. Does it seem like it's burrowing in a direction? Like, for example, towards the center building?
No, the tunnel isn't specifically.
It's going more down than anywhere.
From what you can tell, it's just sloping down.
Okay. Cool. Then I will relay that to the rest of the team. Tunnel in this storehouse that you guys saw me walk into. I think we want to wait until we explore the rest of this and see what's going on first.
Okay, does anybody else have an opinion?
I mean, if we're gonna keep camp and watch, that's fine.
By saying, I'll have Doc go with those, and why not? Just in case something happens.
Was the trick? I don't know if Oz has actually decided to go down there or not.
Not yet. In fact, she would actually be leaving and like saying that to the group, like in person versus and just like it's over there, down there.
Oh god.
This whole time, you that one Killik seems to be telling you.
Like tailing.
Yeah, you don't always see them, but you spot them fairly often. You know now that you know to be looking for them.
Yep. That's fine. Like I said, don't harm us. We won't harm you. I think Ozin will. I think Ozin will try. I believe it's receptive telepathy to like speak to them in their head
Okay.
in Killik. 10, 14. I rolled 18, so like, yeah, just in their head, like the clicking of Killik is like, we will not harm you if you do not harm us.
I forget. Can they answer you back?
No.
Okay. It steps out from its hiding place and slowly
Okay.
approaches.
No weapons.
It has a spear. As it steps out, it props the spear up on a wall or whatever.
Can we help you?
It's kind of studying you as it approaches.
Oh, speaking Killik can say, can I help you?
You are
Getting
calm.
better at Killik. I'm sorry?
You are calm.
Am I calm?
That's what it's asking you.
Oh. I'm calm. There's a few there was a few twinges back at the hive, but we're over it.
May have been the remnants of the hive mind having an effect on you.
Perhaps. Who are you? And what are you doing here?
During the seasons when the hive mind is weaker, I venture here to study our origins.
Interesting. So, like some sort of archaeologist, anthropologist?
Perhaps?
Sorry, historians. It's words they use to denote people who study certain bits of history.
Historian. He seems to be familiar with that word. Yeah, historian kind of works with him. He's certain the answer to what is happening to his people must be here somewhere.
You do this every season. Have you not gotten too far in?
Well, he's studying the reliefs across an entire city.
Sure. That's fair.
At one time, his people, the larger species of his people kept this facility running, or this city.
Mm-hmm. Seasons change.
What he can recall from the hive mind, but I guess he would just be calling the kind. Their memory is choppy. It's disrupted. But they remember some of their ancestors working this place at the behest of the family. He's got some memories of when the family left and took most of the Killiks with them. They left
You're just waiting on the family.
One hive behind. One hive they had changed remained behind.
And you are just waiting for them to return?
Yes.
Hmm.
Things were relatively fine until the disruptions started. A couple of decades ago.
I'm just gonna say they mentioned that disruption started about 20 years ago.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Anytime that the planet is passing by the Brothers star, we become violent and agitated. And this guy's covered in scars, like all the Killiks you've seen.
Sure.
Some hives have collapsed completely. Enough of their members killed enough of the other members that they just weren't sustainable afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Or hives that were too close together would war with each other. They only know of a handful of hives scattered around the planet now.
I'm slowly relaying this to the party in basic as well. Sorry, guys, I just happen to know Killik.
I mean, Doc could try to, align his protocol because he does have like a 4D in languages. So, a little food for thought.
I may have had y'all roll when y'all first showed up. I can't remember.
Yes.
You did, and Doc didn't roll high.
Oh, okay.
So, that'd be why.
Then yeah, this just isn't one of the languages he happens to have. But yeah, he talks about, there's 2 times a year when the hive mind is disrupted to some degree. And then there's that one period when they're passing around the brother star that they're just kind of crazed. And they're entering into that period now. But then when they pass around the sister star, the hive mind is strong.
Mm-hmm.
They lose their individuality.
I'll look at my group and be like, have any of you heard of the brother star and the sister star?
Well, if you remember, this planet is tidal locked, but it's orbiting 2 stars.
And are those just the suns?
Yeah, the suns.
Okay, never mind.
Silly question. I have a 4D in alien or 5D in alien races and 4 in cultures. Possible to roll to figure that out, or no?
roll the what was it? Alien races.
Alien races, so the 5D. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. E.
Any?
You start going through your memory banks. And you come across something that you hadn't thought about before. Is that the Killiks? Yeah, they're not individuals. The hive can think, but individuals that get too far from the hive they just begin acting like large insects. Something is obviously very different about these people.
What if there's a hive on the sister star?
For a moment while you ask that question, you see Doc's eyes kind of flicker on and off as he's trying to compute everything, and just start to bring that up about the simple fact of which, strange, your people generally will not be able to do this without the hive being nearby. Generally, once you get too far, you become insects, more or less. So the fact that your people can actually function without having a hive mind nearby is actually astonishing.
We were
Relay that in
altered.
Killik.
Interesting. New data. Go on.
Before the alteration, it was as you said, and the Killiks that the family took with them remain like that.
Interesting. So the family that y'all talk so much of are the ones that altered your ability.
The sister specifically.
Sister specifically. Interesting. Well, then that now begs the question: is the hive mind gaining strength, and this is why you all tend to go mad?
Hmm.
That probably poor choice of words.
Yeah,
Y'all
that
seem to get relatively irritable due to some form phenomenon.
during the sister season, the hive mind is stronger, and we lose much of our individuality.
Sure.
Not to the same degree as the old Killik.
Mm.
But this
Probably do.
this has affected our ancestral memory to some degree. And then there's 2 times a year, when they're kind of passing out of like the sister season and into the, like, I'm not describing this well.
Well, I'm trying to think of like, well, if it's tide locked, then how does it ever shift in seasons?
Well, that's the trick. He's saying seasons because that's the word he's got.
Because that's the only
It's
word
not that
he
anything's
knows.
changing in the weather. It's when we're closer to the sister star versus closer to the brother star. And when they're in the in-between area is when stuff's kind of minorly disrupted. And that happens twice a year. It's kind of their equivalent of spring and fall. Like, so there's no difference in the weather on the planet.
But because of the difference of the stars, that's what's different.
It's their El Nino.
Doc would sit there and analyze that for a moment. Be like, interesting. So again, stronger when sister star arrives.
More orderly, at least.
Interesting.
More unified during the sister star, and more singular when the brother star.
Ozen, hypothesis.
Huh?
Is it possible that, just maybe, that the hive mind is somehow still connected to the brother star? Yet that is when they become more unified.
Well, no, the brother stars when they get violent.
Oh, sorry.
Sister
Excuse
star.
me. The sister star. Do you think
May-
that's where the hive mind may reside to some degree? Or
Maybe there's
something that could act like one?
Maybe there's something in that, and she'll point to that big the big building. Like, maybe there's something in there that can help us out. Have you looked in there yet?
No, all the entrances to that building have been sealed. I have not been able to find a way in.
Interesting. Well, we could fix that. Only if the captain and the rest wish to.
There are tunnels that are underneath, like, that storeroom over there.
Oh, yes, into the Undercity. It was the hive they used back then.
I see.
When we were first altered, we were left in the buildings outside of the city.
I see.
Too close to a hive mind, and we could be pulled into it.
Yes.
Which
Now, look at
Doc, you would know that's actually a danger dealing with the regular Killiks. Is the fact that other beings, the non-Killiks, can be pulled into their hive mind.
Interesting. Though the hive mind could pose a danger to us. Probably
In
even
fact,
me.
I think
if I
Ozen
lost
had to
my
make a
control.
check last time.
Oh man, I was like, if that was, maybe we check that building first. I'm talking to the group now in basic. Maybe we check that big building first, and then if there's nothing in there, we can check the tunnels into the inner city. I'm a little hesitant to be in a Killik hive, but would be our last gasp.
Well, he tells you nobody lives there now.
Yeah, but
It's a little taboo to be in the city, truthfully.
yes. Well, it's also like, I don't know if it's the Killik themselves or if it's the hive that's make that, like, the presence of a hive. But I am posing that to the group.
Then how would you like to do that, Ozen?
Pat's
Eh.
like in her coat where the lightsaber is. Like, I don't know.
Unfortunately, first thing that comes to mind would be a thermal charge or thermal detonation would be good enough to suffice.
Well, I'm a little weird about thermal detonations if there's like, the ground is a little carved in underneath us.
At that point, Doc will then turn and slightly look at Io, or Braun could be done, and one of his lights dim as a wink.
Kick the door down.
She tackles.
She just shakes her head.
I can probably open an entrance with a lightsaber. It should not be that hard.
Or of course he kind of does a pivots at his waist and looks at Kelser, or you could always shoot it.
That's really off-putting. I've never seen Doc pivot at his waist.
Spin. Here's
Just
Ozen
full of
talk.
tricks.
Here's Ozen say that and just immediately pivots right back. Sorry, you tend to forget that I am machine.
See, I'm
Doesn't
not,
he play
I'm not
shooting?
picturing him. I'm not picturing him turning 90 degrees. I'm picturing him doing the whole,
Like an owl.
Oh yeah, no, straight up, he did the owl thing where he fully rotated his hips, and just of course their head, but he fully rotated his hips, looked at Kelser to say that.
They did a
snapping
180.
and then looks down. Know why nobody ever told him his butt looked so big.
So this is what they meant in the manual when it said flotation device.
Oh my god.
Ah, why?
Because I need to at least bring some brand of comedy to this? Question mark?
Alright, so y'all gonna beeline for the main building?
I think so.
Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no trouble getting there. Stuff's a little overgrown, but it's not. The streets aren't clogged or anything. Sure enough, you get there. There's a ramp up to a large doorway. Just like he said, it's closed. So how y'all want to open it?
How is it like? Does it look like it's on a hinge or something, or is it just like?
It looks like it would open. It would split in half and open. Slide open.
Oh, interesting. Anyone got a crowbar? Base crowbar. How thick does it
I
look?
do not.
You can't really tell from the outside.
All right. I'll go and put my hand on it.
It feels like metal. It's cold.
Oh. Okay, and then I'll.
There's a slight squealing noise from the Killik. Please do not damage the structure.
I have to get it open. We got to see what's inside. I don't want to do this any more than you want me to do this. Unfortunately, none of us are brute force.
This is a desecration.
I understand, and I dislike it.
He's getting a little worked up, but then he's also like, but the answers could be in there.
Exactly. And then just doing the one door, and only as tall as the tallest person in the group, which is probably Kelser.
Or the Killik.
Or the Killik, yeah, that's true.
Most of the pictures show them standing up a little taller than a person.
Mm-hmm.
Though their size varies from 3 centimeters to 50 meters, so there's a lot of variance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of degree of change with that bugger there.
Well, I think the queens tend to be quite large. And then they scale kind of all the way down from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's slow going. It's like cutting through a blast door.
Yeah, that's fine. as it happens.
But finally, that chunk slides out and flops down.
one way to work on getting open a door.
Yep. And we go. Let's make this
Well,
not work.
you give it a moment for the edges to cool.
Sure.
You step in. It's a long, kind of featureless white corridor. This one seems to be in pretty good repair. Doesn't seem to be much of anything growing in here. And as you step in, a few lights come on.
Interesting.
Probably not as many as this hallway should have, just because the way they're kind of randomly spaced.
Mm-hmm.
But it's enough to see and get around with.
Interesting. Backup batteries, perhaps.
Maybe.
Well, shall we go?
Of course, Captain.
Yes.
You all climb in. Killik is kind of working his hands. Heads. Looking like you're kind of a stereotypical worrywart the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You advance down the corridor. There starts being, hallways that branch off, individual rooms. Just glancing into the rooms, they give you kind of a lab feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that one chamber on that asteroid base did.
Interesting.
Well, do we want to look at any of these labs while we're here?
Yes. There could be any number of things that have happened in here. How's Ayrta feeling? Is he getting the heebie-jeebies for being in the light side, ostensibly facility?
Well, am I?
Yeah, I'm more asking the GM than I am asking Ayrta.
No, I mean, this place is strong in the forest, but the entire planet seems to be like a focal point for the forest. Even the non-forest users kind of feel something while on the planet. Probably not Doc, but everybody else.
Hmm. Right.
And yeah, I'm gonna run around and find stuff.
Okay. Like I said, a lot of this place looks like there's places that look like like labs. There's places that look like fabrication centers.
I'm gonna let the force just kind of dictate where I should go.
You find what can only be described as a turbo lift.
That happened. Is it
Okay.
functional?
It lights up when you get close to it.
Turbo lift? I'll say to the rest of the group.
turbo lift.
Interesting.
Let's go up or
Yeah.
down it.
Said there was
It
something.
goes both ways.
Okay,
Said there was something here that looked like manufacturing.
like a fabrication
Yes.
plant.
Okay. I'll say I do want to take a look at that
Yeah, go for it.
before we vanish.
Okay. You go in there with a huge, big device, multiple mechanical arms. They're all kind of drawn up and folded into each other, folded into themselves. Like it's been put in kind of a standby mode or mothballed or whatever.
Okay. Any look like might be functional?
None of this looks damaged or particularly corroded.
Mm-hmm.
You just have no idea how to activate it.
Fair.
I'll go see what he's up to and walk over to the fabrication area.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out how if there's anything that could tell him how to make it work, if at all possible.
Are there any panels that I could possibly turn on, get working?
Instruction manual written in Killik.
Not sure the Killiks have a written language.
Worth a
Considering
shot.
The baseline version of it have that collective memory. Alrighty. Yes, there are panels that you think you could pop off to get access to the internals.
You're gonna do that, and then right in front of us is this big switch that says power.
Just not in a language anybody recognizes.
Any large red buttons?
Nope. No.
Give me the big red button.
Only moderate-sized blue buttons.
Ah, damn.
I'll press the moderate size blue button.
Oh, it was self-destruct.
Come on, no!
All right, guys, roll up new characters.
Guess we start Hunter next week.
Dun dun dun.
All right. So is Io going to try to get in there?
Yeah, she's at least going to try and get something turned on so we can see where we can go from that.
All right.
Computer programming repair.
Yes. You are going to need a 40.
Ooh.
I was going to trust in the Force anyways,
That's right.
since we have 2 Force points while we're on planet. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Just keep in mind, people have known about Centerpoint Station since they have recorded history, and they still haven't got most of it figured out.
Yeah.
45.
45.
Hey!
You get the machine to turn on.
Does it make that great Windows like boot up noise?
Nope. The arms just unfurl almost silently.
That's creepy.
A little holographic display comes up, and there's some sort of text, but you don't really recognize it.
I got nothing.
Did Doc try to see if he might know the language?
You need a 40, but go ahead and give me a roll.
I need a 40. Okay, and it'd be what? Languages?
Yes.
Or languages? Okay.
Is the go ahead.
I was going to say, so with using the Force, how to do that again?
It
Does it
double your
doubles
dice.
Yeah, doubles the dice for everything you roll this round.
You would have
For like
to
skill checks, not necessarily damage.
You would still have to like max out your dice.
Is the
come
other
close to it.
Killik still with us?
Yes.
What's his reaction? Their reaction.
This is like he's seeing magic. Except that in that far away, kind of foggy ancestral memory, he kind of remembers some of his ancestors have seen this sort of thing before.
That would be at least what 8d6s to try.
Maybe 8d6. Yeah, you'd have to max out most of your dice. But you
Doc's
can do
gonna,
it.
Doc's gonna
Go
try.
for it. Close.
Close, but no dice.
Yep. Ozen's not gonna try because I can't get that high. I can't get that high reliably.
I was gonna look over at the
What's
Killik.
being rolled?
Do you understand any of this? Asking Ozen to translate.
Ah, sorry. I'll look at the Killik and just ask, recognize any of this? And
What were
click
you
some
asking,
missiles.
Rappy?
What were they rolling?
Dougal was rolling his language.
Alien
thing.
languages. Yeah.
Oh.
Just in case.
Mainly
needed-
just to see if he could
And
read.
needed a 40, so.
I mean, I have 4D. I could trust in the Force, but
Eh.
But so yeah, Doc can't read any of this. There are a few of the letters that remind you of letters in Duros. One or two of them may have even made it into Basic because the Duros language was a big part of Basic. But it's about like knowing Spanish and then trying to read like the earliest versions of Latin.
Like-
Every now and then you see something that looks vaguely familiar, but you're not 100% certain on any of it.
Well, it's like knowing that something written is Hangul, but you don't know what it means in Korean.
So, any idea how to get it to work other than it's on?
I don't even know what it does.
I will speak aloud in Killik and say, just for shiggles, what do you manufacture? Fabricate.
When you make that correction and say fabricate, the arms start moving. They reach over into this bin thing, but the bin's empty, and then you get a little flashing light at the bottom of the display.
I assume that means it's empty.
Yeah, it might be the little warning, printers out of paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Toner low.
And you realize there doesn't seem to be any raw materials in here currently.
Mm-hmm. I'll look at the Killik and be like, what raw materials did or do you have around this planet?
There was much mining at one time. Very specific metal.
Interesting. Well, we got it on.
Do you know what that metal looked like?
Ooh, I do. It's that stuff that's scrapped on some of your people's stuff, isn't it?
Well, yes, and the facilities here are made of some of that, but yes.
Yes.
It's just the baseline building material that the family used for their devices.
I have an idea. I've already cut a chunk of the door. If I put that over by the barrel and have it fabricate and see what happens.
Possibility.
All right, so y'all hustle back out and y'all drag that piece of door in.
Morbidly curious at this point. We got it on. Now I gotta see what's going on.
I honestly am too, really.
All right, everyone stand back. Fabricate.
it reaches over, it grabs the door, it kind of moves it around a little bit, and then a different. It's words. I mean, you can tell it's words that are flashing, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different set of words.
Yeah. Probably have to work it to be,
So you don't know if it's the fact that this thing is already work material. You don't know if it's looking for raw material, if it was looking for ingots, and this thing's all weird shaped. You don't know what.
Sure. Well,
You don't know what the error is. But...
Look, I'm just trying to be creative here. I think slowly but surely Ozan will strip it to rebar size and just put it in the barrel. Just for later. The way I pictured it is that there's these two large metal doors that are like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut a rectangular piece out of one of them.
You cut a door shape out of one of them.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cut it into rebar and then put it there and wait.
Yeah.
Try it again
keeps
later.
Giving you an error message or what you assume is an error message.
That's fine. I'm just leaving it there for now. I'm not even asking it to fabricate. All right. Well, let's hit the turbo lift. I think is this the only real thing of note around here, or is everything else like labs and stuff?
There's other labs. Some of the rooms have equipment in there that you can't really identify.
Mm-hmm.
And then the turbo lift seems to go deeper under the facility and then further up in the facility.
I wonder if we can. I wonder if they mined here. It would be ill-advised, but they might have.
Well, you'd spotted several old mines.
Yeah.
Of those kind of pit-style mines elsewhere on the planet.
I think Ozan will recommend we take the turbo lift and just go down and see what happens.
Fair.
The Killiks confused when y'all start cramming into this little closet. Well, I say literally, it's decent size. But...
Do you trust me?
I suppose I have no reason not to.
You're gonna. I don't know Killik physiology, but you're going to feel a little rumbling in your stomach as it goes down. And I was saying
he does seem a
Killik
little
down.
surprised when it drops.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Killik down. I don't know how the turbo lift works.
There's buttons.
Yep, and then
it drops rapidly.
There's no floors. It's just up or down.
There's an obvious up or down button, and then there's other buttons over here. So
yeah, I'm just gonna hit the obvious down.
So you hit that, and you drop. You feel like you're moving pretty rapidly.
Mm.
But you're going down. You're going down for a little while before it stops.
It's fine.
The light's a little dimmer down here. The decor, if you could call it that, seems to be darker.
Dark as in darker side, or darker as in...
The first floor you were on was kind of a stark white.
Yep.
This is a much darker material down here.
Gotcha.
It's not jet black, but it's
like
you would definitely call it. You would definitely call it black, not
Okay.
Not gray. But...
Okay. Ozan will lead the way. I'm still kind of using the force to guide me here. How am I feeling? No heebie-jeebies?
Give me a sense roll.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got sense.
Sense. Grand total of a 6.
Hey, you rolled max on your dice. I rolled...
There should be another one on there. God damn it. Okay, 10. Hey.
16.
You've got a little bit of heebie-jeebies since you came down here.
Mhm.
The captain, you're just feeling kind of irritable.
So normal.
The Killik standing too close to you, the ring of his hands is working your nerves. But with a 10, you realize that something's got you on edge and something's got you kind of.
Okay, so I sort of draw back. Whatever the problem is. Okay.
You recognize there is a problem, so you're not gonna like lash out or something.
Gotcha.
Ozen does not have that much effect on you. But you get a vague sense of danger.
Andrew Robinson.
Wait, what are we rolling? Sorry. I just realized my headset's dying.
Uh-oh.
No, you're good. It was just for the force users.
Yeah, the force users were rolling something.
Okay. Good.
So yeah, this place is giving you the heebie-jeebies.
Okay.
Heebie-jeebies.
I will then activate Calm.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. But anyway, you've got these dark hallways. Kind of darkly colored hallways. There's still enough light to see by.
Yep.
And there's just, just doors every 10 or 15 yards.
They also made of that same, like, metal black?
Yes.
Okay. No windows, nothing down here?
Nope, there's like almost like a nameplate or something on the doors in that language. And there's a little control panel over to one side of each door.
There are a bunch of different characters on it, like a keypad?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. These must not have been visited in centuries. Maybe.
Maybe for good reason.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Is there any It looks like everyone here has their own room. For everyone that would have been down here. And I'll turn to the Killik. Are you unable to read the little plates here?
No, the memories are not clear enough for me to remember all of the language.
That's fair.
And none of my direct ancestors worked in this part of the city. Okay. As I said, we were mostly kept outside the city.
Yeah. Ozen continues forward.
Okay. As you explore this floor, this entire floor, this is the bottom floor, best you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be a bunch of these. Like I said, from one door to the next, to be 10 or 15 meters. And it's just the hallway goes out, it branches around, and it's just a bunch of these big rooms. All of which the doors still shut.
And they're very uniform.
Yes. Every now and then, like maybe the ones on the back wall are more spaced out.
Okay.
But for the most part, when you're going down a particular hallway, they all seem to be the same size.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna inspect one of the doors. I could lightsaber it. I don't want to. So I'm gonna look. Does the control panel on the side look active?
Yes, everything down here seems to be functioning.
Okay. I want to try something maybe weird. I'm gonna activate my heightened sense.
Okay.
And I want to see if if my eyes while I'm heightened can like CSI this, like find the buttons that have been pressed. Maybe not. I don't know the sequence, but I know that which ones have been pressed.
That's interesting. Give me a perception roll.
My heightened sense. Is this
Uh,
perception or search?
I'll let you use search.
All right.
This is going to be very difficult, though. So you need a 30.
I have enough dice that I can trust in the force for that, and I think I will.
That's yours. That's your second force point for this.
This session, yes.
Yep. Okay.
6, 9, 12. I used once in defense of Doc and this one. 6, 12, 18, 24. I got 30.
Okay.
I got well over 30.
Yep. You do. You examine multiple pads, but sure enough, there's 3 keys that seem to be a little more worn. Now, some of the doors you don't find any that are worn.
That's fine.
But there's a handful of doors where you do, and it's the same 3 keys every time.
Oh, interesting. I will press the 3 keys, and I'll do it in such a way that I can figure out, like, okay, this one's not working. Let's try the next order, and so on and so forth. Assuming it doesn't kill me the first time I miss it.
You do it the first time, there's a little flash, but nothing happens. You do it you do it in a different order, and there's a little flash. But fairly quickly,
there aren't that many combinations.
Yeah, fairly quickly you do it, and the little green light flashes up. Boop. And the door kind of goes, psst, and there's a little bit of fog coming out of it.
I think Ozin instinctively holds her hand like this. Just, all right. Okay. Whew. It's just fog.
Lights start coming on inside.
There's another lab.
Actually, this room looks vaguely familiar to you.
Does it now?
Yeah, there was a room on the asteroid base that this reminds you of.
Ah. Interesting.
And as the light comes on, you see there are creatures. Laying on the ground. It looks like animals sleeping. Only as the lights come on and the door opens, they start kind of rousing up. The first one that gets up is kind of like, blinking its eyes, kind of stretching, and then its head kind of comes up, and it hops up almost excitedly. Looks over towards the door, but when it sees you, the eyes kind of squint shut, and it studies you for a second, and then it growls and starts towards you.
Okay.
And its growl is like rousing up the others. These are not the little dog things that y'all ran into before.
Okay, that's what I was checking. See if they're little dog things.
These are less numerous, but they're actually bigger.
Okay.
I don't want to say space bears, but
we got space bears.
Space wolves.
And they have noticed you, and they are headed your way.
Alrighty.
And we'll go ahead and wrap here because it's almost 9.
Gonna say, don't want to do another combat 3-tail.
No, definitely not. But next week, combat as you run down hallways should be fun.
Scooby-Doo chase sequence.
Oh yeah, because you got multiple doors you'll be running in and out of and everything. I'm sure each and every room isn't full of something.
All right then.
As always, I enjoyed running for you. I hope whoever came by and watched had a good time. I hope we weren't off the air too long before we noticed. And if you're looking for more games here on Dire Bear, Jeremy, what else is going on this week?
Got False Color Nights tomorrow with JT. Oh, wait, no. JT is doing a 2-shot, I believe. That takes place a number of years before the events of False Color Nights that are currently in World, because they're between seasons. So you can tune in for that instead. After that, we've got A Knight's Ransom on Thursdays with DM Pink Rambo. Monday is Wild Beyond the Witchlight with Heath, Captain Zack. And then come by and see us next week for some more Remnant Shadow Star Wars actual play.
And we will see y'all then.
Bye.